In a small town just like yours, on a quiet street where neighbors know each other's names, there's one house that locals avoid after dark. The story they tell goes back to the winter of 1952, though some say it happened much more recently than that. A woman lived there with her husband, a man known throughout town for counting every penny twice. She had lost her arm in a farming accident years before, and her father, wanting only the best for his daughter, had commissioned a prosthetic replacement made of solid gold. It was a family heirloom, passed down and melted, reformed into something both beautiful and functional. The townspeople remember her wearing long sleeves, always trying to hide the gleaming metal beneath fabric. Her husband, though, he looked at that arm differently. While she saw a reminder of loss, he saw dollar signs. He saw their ticket out of debt, out of struggle, out of the modest life he despised. Then one bitter February night, she fell ill. The doctor came and went, shaking his head. Within 3 days, she was gone. The funeral was small, attended by neighbors who whispered about how quickly her husband seemed to move on. How his eyes kept darting to her coffin during the service. Old Mrs. Patterson, who lived next door, swears she saw him leave the house near midnight after the burial. His coat was bulky, his walk hurried. When she saw him return an hour later, the coat hung differently on his frame. Lighter empty, that same night around 2 in the morning, Mrs. Patterson heard screaming, not the scream of fear but of absolute terror. The kind that burrows into your bones and stays there. It came from the house next door, rising and falling, then suddenly cutting off into silence. When the police arrived the next morning, called by concerned neighbors, they found the husband in his bed. His eyes were open, frozen in an expression of pure horror. His heart had simply stopped, the coroner said. No signs of struggle, no signs of violence. Just a man scared literally to death. But here's what they couldn't explain. His hands were clutched at his throat, fingers locked in a permanent grip. And around his neck, pressed deep into the skin, were marks. Finger-shaped bruises that didn't match his own hands. The spacing was wrong, the pressure points different. Mrs. Patterson told police she heard something else that night before the screaming started. A voice, thin and rasping, drifting through the walls. It asked the same question over and over, growing louder each time. Who's got my golden arm? Who's got my golden arm? The golden prosthetic was never found. Not in the house, not in the grave when they checked, not anywhere in town. And sometimes, on cold February nights, neighbors walking past that house claim they still hear scratching at the windows. Still hear that voice searching, asking, demanding, who has it?